I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day, down in my soul. I've got a new day, down in my soul. I've got a new day, down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence.
I got the silence
down in my soul. I love the silence.
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power.
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power.
Do I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul?
And the whole wide world is my home. Yes, it is. And the whole wide world is my home. Thank you.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day out there, isn't it? Okay, I hope you find ways to stay cool today for us. There's a heat advisory. That's for us. And if you lived anywhere else, probably it wouldn't be, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, find ways to stay cool today. My name's Shari Humes, and I'm the service assistant today. Glad to be here. And today we have our Reverend Frank is going to be speaking. Do you want to talk about what you're speaking on?
Good morning, I'm Reverend Frank. For those of you who haven't met me, there's a few new faces, so hello. And today the talk title is Our Children in Gaza. And it's a talk that was, the genesis was starving children. And I'm talking about that. What I'm really talking about, what I really want to focus on today is consciousness, Christ consciousness. And yes, they're deeply related, so stay tuned for that. And while it seems like a heavy subject, it's also a very expansive and joyous topic as well. So we'll get into that. Thanks.
Okay, we have a guest, an amazing guest musician today, Muralidhar. Murry, I knew I would do that. Okay, Murry, yes, Murry. And Murry was with us. Murly was with us on Friday for Kirtan. Just amazing, wonderful shared experience. And so I know you're in for a real treat because not only do we have Murly, we have HeartDream with us today as well. Yeah. And Kathy and Marcia. So it's going to be a full music.
When I look in your eyes,
beloved, see the beloved looking back at me. When I stand next to you, I can feel the beloved, feel the beloved in you. You are my soul, you are my inspiration. With you in my heart, I am never alone. We are one. There is no separation. When I rest in you, I'm home. When I touch your heart, I feel the beloved, feel the beloved touching me. When I open my heart, I go to the beloved, to the beloved in you. You are my soul, you are my inspiration. With you in my heart, I'm never alone. We are one. There is no separation. When I rest in you, I'm home. When I touch your heart, I feel the beloved, feel the beloved touching me. When I open my heart, I open to the beloved, to the beloved in you. See the beloved in you. Feel the beloved in you. Know the beloved in you.
Joining together in prayer, the words, the beloved in me sees the beloved in you. Joining in prayer is a wonderful, powerful way to create harmony. Just as drops of water collect and become a mighty river, here and now, as we join in heart and mind, we are that river of positive thought. We are that river of love. Let the thoughts and wishes of your heart be here for the well-being of first, just first, right here and now. First for yourself. We fortify ourselves to then extend love and blessings to all. We extend love and blessings to our Mother Earth. We extend love and blessings to someone who you know that will benefit from this river of positive intention. Hold them in your heart space, and if you feel the need and desire to say their name aloud, this is the time. Know this river of love and blessings continue to flow and create change beyond this moment, beyond these walls. Now we will move into a time in these next moments that are just for you to release thought, to relax your body, and open your heart. Begin relaxation by following your breath. Deep, slow breath in. Release. Repeat this pattern for yourself. You'll have a few moments to do this. As you breathe, you will find the still, small voice within. We are one. We are one in the Spirit, created by divine love. Breathe into that knowing. Now absorb these words by Hafiz. How do I listen to others as if everyone were my master, speaking to me his cherished last words? How do I listen to others as if everyone were my master, speaking to me her cherished last words? We are one. We are each a drop of water in the divine flow of life. Breathe in. Say to yourself, how do I listen, cherished one? Can listen by pausing, taking a breath. Listen, learn, and repeat. Remember that taking time to pause and breathe and listen allows your mind to quiet and heart to speak. The sweet words shared by your heart are always pure and flow with the love of the divine. We are each one drop in the flow of life, and so it is, and so it is. Amen.
We're going to do a song for you now. It was written at the top of Mount Haleakala after a beautiful meditation, and the sun was bursting through the clouds, and it was an aura of just brilliance around us. And we just came to this inner being and found our spark. So this is called Raindrops Fall in a Clear Crystal Bowl. Sitting in the stillness of my heart, I close my eyes, going deeper within. Seeing the dark, I choose the light, letting the symphony of love begin. Raindrops fall in a clear crystal bowl. Every chord harmonizes our soul. With deep faith we awaken to sing. And thanks for everything. Violet blue aura in my third eye gives way to truth beyond the mask. We are the light, we are the way. Sharing our love is the greatest gift of all. Raindrops fall in a clear crystal bowl. Every chord harmonizes our soul. From our dreams we awaken to sing. And thanks for everything. Rivers of melody connect me to you. Songs of kindred spirits arise and flow through. And we melt into the ecstasy of grace, surrounded by love in God's pure embrace. Raindrops fall in a clear crystal bowl. Every chord harmonizes our soul. With deep faith we awaken to sing. And thanks for everything. Raindrops fall in a clear crystal
Well, I've heard that song before, but not with the raindrops actually falling. You guys hear me okay? Howard, I'm not really hearing much. You guys hear me okay? No? Maybe more volume? On the mic? Thank you. So today there was, I wanted to talk about Gaza. because I've been sitting with the pictures I have seen from starving children out of Gaza, from the events that are happening there. And I just threw that out. Here's the talk title, Our Children in Gaza. I kind of put that out on the internet so it would force me to think about this. And quite frankly, I needed to find some peace myself about all this. I've been feeling really, it's really 2025 and this is happening? Really? So the amount of research I did on Gaza was about this much. And the amount of thought and energy I put into consciousness was this much. So I want to talk about consciousness. You'll see where this ends up. You'll see. For those of you who have been with me, been in unity for some time, you've probably heard this principle before. It's very simple. I just want to touch on it because it's sort of like it sort of underlines everything I want to say. And it works like this. There's a sense, and I get this from the Fillmores and Eric Butterworth, the great unity teacher, but the person who really wrote it out, calling forward my teacher, Reverend Paul Hasselbeck. And he talks in his book on metaphysics, these stages of consciousness, and they go like this. You're a victim, or you're the victor, or the next stage is what he calls verity, which means I'm getting out of the whole victim-victim dance. I'm gonna rise above it, and the step to get out of that, the solution, the call, the invitation is to be a servant. Just to be a service. That rises us out of this craziness of win-lose, zero-sum thinking. I win, you lose, I win, and this whole battle, this ongoing, And yet there's another stage beyond that, beyond I'm gonna be a servant. While that is the sort of the doorway out, we eventually can allow ourselves to get into the consciousness of wholeness. The consciousness of wholeness. And this is sort of the end game. So I have 3 parts I want to talk about. This all leads into our children of Gaza. The first one is and I want to call forward a teacher, and his name's Greg Boyle. You might know Greg Boyle. He started Homeboy Industries. Anyone know Greg Boyle? Any familiar with it? Okay, you Google this guy. So calling forward this teacher, Greg Boyle. And he said that he saw in the people who were addicts and were in prison and who were coming out and they were looking for work. And he said that, here's one of his principles, we belong to each other. We belong to each other. And another principle like it was, there is no us and them. There's only us. I think the Hafiz poem indicated that. There's only us. There's no us and them. Only us. So Greg Boyle started this piece where the guys, it's mostly men, but I think it's all men he works with that come in, they've been in jail, they've been addicted, they've got this long list. And one of the things says is, okay, so we want to get judgmental. There is no way that we can wish these people were not as addicted more than they don't want to be in that addicted place. There's no way that we can wish, I wish those people wouldn't be homeless any more than those people really don't want to be in that situation. There's no way that our judgment on them can be any deeper than the self-judgment they're already suffering with. And so the answer is not to heap on judgment and us and them and holier than that, or it's like we're kin. There is no us and them. It's just us. It's just us. And I was out, some of you know I get this great opportunity on first Thursday and fifth Thursday. I work on a program called Coffee and Sandwiches Together. I love the together part. And we don't serve coffee anymore because it's too hot to make, but we serve little packets of hot cocoa. And it's out in the street by the arch that's down there by the city library and the city hall, and you know where that is, the county? There's that arch there in the corner. And we set up tables. And there's a whole bunch of volunteers that make sandwiches and bars. And we get hot cocoa and we get soups. And then another group of us, we go down and serve. And we get to stand in the corner and serve. And here's something I realized, that it's so easy for me to stand on that behind the tables and pass out sandwiches and hot cocoa and bars. And by the way, it's always peanut butter, jelly, and cheese. Why? Because people on the street oftentimes their dental care is really hurting. We can't give them apples. People on the street can't eat an apple. The teeth aren't there, right? And the longer you can tell someone, sometimes it seems in my impression, the dental care. I talked to my dentist who used to work at Unity Care. You know the Unity Care? Does dental service. It's hard to support people, to do, how much a crown cost? That's not what they're doing. They're taking out teeth. It's a whole system. And there's no way to be judgmental about this situation. There's no way that my sort of judgmentalism about people's teeth is any more important than they themselves wishing that the situation was different. What called for is compassion. What's called for is understanding. I found myself, what I usually do is I go on a Thursday, and after I get the great opportunity to be with these people and be servant of these people and to talk with these folks and learn their lives. And by the way, a lot of the people I meet in this line where we're giving sandwiches, I see them downtown. It's like, hey, how you doing? We get hugs, They've become friends. They've become the people. I went to the library the other day. I saw someone sit in the library. Hey, I sat with her. How you doing? Bored. I've charged my phone. I've read every paper and every magazine, and I can't wait till the food in the shelter opens back up so I got something to do. But she's a friend. It's so interesting that for me to be behind, and I thought of this the other day when after I served peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I went to Whole Foods and had pizza and a salad because I can do that. And I found, how interesting it is for me to fall into they're the victim and I'm the victor. I'm okay and I'm serving these poor people. And I caught myself in this consciousness. It's this victim-victor game is insidious. It sneaks in so many cases. Even driving down the street. Aha, I got ahead of you. Oh my God, you cut me off. This is a simple thing. You all know this. This victim-victor, victim-victor. I got you, I'm up, you win, I lose. And you see it playing out on the national stage. So to offer up the next stage out, I offer this to us, is service. And in the service, to be really careful that we're not just being a servant and falling into the victor role again. In service, meaning there is no me and you. When I'm serving you, I'm serving me. When you serve me, I'm serving you. To be in that space of wholeness and completeness and oneness. To know the Christ of ourselves. What did you say Friday night? We see the divine in us. We see the divine in us. We rise up. We feel that energy. Oh, I want to talk about Kundalini, but I can't today. I love that part Friday night. It was a great kirtan, by the way. The Apostle Andrew, who sits right here. The 12, I'm going to say it anyhow, the 12 apostles. In Christianity and unity, that each apostle has an energy. And the first one called is Andrew and Peter. They called them together. Faith and strength. And strength sits right here. And in the Vedic tradition, what sits right here? Yeah. And it rises up through the spine. Yeah. And I would say Kundalini, the Kundalini Shakti. The first thing that was called was the Kundalini. Wake up. Strength, wake up. Get that strength and that energy. Okay, part one. We belong together. There's a piece, and I want to read this to you. The very first thing Jesus says, they ask him, who is he? And what's he doing? He quotes Isaiah, which says, the Spirit of God's upon me because I'm anointed. Now, people project this out and say, well, that was Jesus. But Jesus wants to project it back in the Christ consciousness and say, this is you and this is me. The Spirit of God is upon me. I'm anointed We're anointed. We're called forward. And I'm sent to bring good news to oppressed people, to bind up the brokenhearted, to tell the captives about their liberty, to talk about release to prisoners, to proclaim this is the year of God's favor. And that for all of you who mourn, this is important, mourn, there's a vindication. There's like the mourning was worth it. Do you notice how many times in Scripture and in the words of Jesus and the teaching, there's a lot like fear? No, we're not calling for fear. Anger? No, we're not calling for anger. Grief? Yes. Yes. Go to that place in our heart. That this mourning, this grief, this is sanctifying, is healing, is expansive. The grief allows us to touch deeply into our humanity. The grief allows us to touch into that space of compassion. Now, this is what Jesus went on later and says, it's the greatest commandment. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The great Rabbi Hillel says, teach us the whole Torah, Rabbi. And he says, and I want to be able to tell you standing on one foot. So he came up with one-foot Judaism. He says, well, whatever's hateful to the others, don't do to them. Whatever's hateful to you, don't do to others. This is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Put your foot down. 1-foot Judaism. The great Rabbi Hillel, calling forward our teacher Hillel. He died about the time Jesus was 10. Probably knew him. Yeah. Great informing that led to the greatest commandment, love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. Not so complicated. Coming out of that victim-victor, we go to love, and then we go to oneness. And by the way, if for some people, Scripture's a little challenging. So how about Albert Einstein? A human being is part of the whole called by us the universe, a part limited in time and space. We experience ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. This delusion, this optical delusion, is a prison. It's a prison. Restricts our personal desires and to affection for just a few persons who are near to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and all its beauty. This is Albert Einstein. Nobody is able to achieve this completely, but the striving for this achievement is in itself a part of the liberation and a foundation for inner security. Yeah. Okay. So I told you that's part one. Part one was there is no us and them. There's only us. There's only us. There's only us. We serve. We serve. We rise up. We see our wholeness because it's only us. So part two is, and this is where for me some of the freedom comes. Some of the freedom comes. And also the challenge. Sorry. But here it is. It starts within, in ourselves. And I call forward now a teacher, Barbara Kingsolver. Does anyone know Barbara Kingsolver? Yeah, lots of folks have heard Barbara Kingsolver. She just won a Pulitzer Prize for a book, and she copied off of David Copperfield, and it's about orphans and the foster system and the opioid addiction in Appalachia. Apparently, did you read it? Apparently, it's a gorgeous book. I haven't read it yet. Did you read it? Worth it? Demon Copperhead. Took David Copperfield. She acknowledges, I took David Copperfield from Dickens, and I said, I'm going to apply that in Appalachia to the opioid thing. Just apparently, it's on my list. Probably get it at Bellingham Library. But one of the things she said in there that I heard an interview where she was talking about it. And she said, part of the challenge is when we think about Appalachia, her beautiful home that she loves so much, she was listening to people talking about it. And someone made a comment to her, oh, you live in Kentucky, flyover country. You ever heard that term? Yeah. So here's the part that's interesting. Little throwaway comments that we all might make. Oh, flyover country. I mean, what is that saying in consciousness? Let's go back to victim victor. Yeah, thank God I don't live there. I live in the better place. Or the other way around. I live in the heartland for people who live in different parts of the country. Meaning you people who don't live in the middle, maybe live on the coast. Sorry. You people on the coast, or you people different. Do you see the insidiousness of this? And my challenge to all of us is to think about just the little throwaway comments that we might be making to each other or in our mind. And know that how much are we still playing the victim-victor game? How much are we still so willing to demean others? Because it's potent how powerful this is. So I looked up. Give me some, what's ChatGPT? Tell me a bunch of comments we make to each other that are really kind of demeaning in the United States. So here's a nice list. Oh, you're from the sticks. Right? Ever said that one? Jokingly. Oh, so you're a coastal elite. You know? I'm on the coast. I don't feel so elite. Maybe. Oh, you have a small town mentality. Oh, you're one of those East Coast snobs. You heard this stuff? Yeah, I mean, do you see this victim-victor consciousness playing out? Yeah. If I'm saying you're one of those East Coast snobs, what I'm really saying is I'm better than that. I'm better than you. You're the victim. I'm the victor. Because I want to play that game. It's not much about curiosity or service or fellowship or compassion. How about this one? Oh, you're pretty bougie. What kind of redneck? Person goes by in some kind of vehicle and you go, that's a redneck. Really? Oh, are we laughing at ourselves? You know what I'm talking about. Look at those sheeple. You ever heard that one? Sheeple, people who just follow along as if they're not really thinking for themselves. They're sheeple. It's a snowflake. Look at that woke mob. They live in MAGA country. Those fill in the blank, liberals, conservatives, they just don't get it. Because I know so much better than them. Have you used those? I got a big list, but I think you get the point. Victim-victor, I have challenged myself this week to thinking about what kind of little, oh, Reverend Frank, you're never snarky, right? Those of you who laugh know me. What kind of little snarky comments do we say, or do we even think? Do we even think? If you had that faith, the energy, the courage, the consciousness of a mustard seed, it would grow and become the biggest of bushes. It would be so large, birds would come and flock and sit in its bushes. Huge, just the littlest mustard seed. And what am I holding in my consciousness that's going to bloom and be a mustard seed? And I wonder on that parable, we think the parable means if you have this faith the size of a mustard seed, meaning you have this very positive, uplifting, aligned in harmony with the divine and what it would grant. But what if I'm not in harmony with the divine? What if I'm sitting here being snarky? What if I'm holding on to this us and them attitude? What if I'm holding on to a consciousness that's dismissive of other people? Am I still not putting a seed out that can grow? The power of each of us and how we think and how we determine to show up in life, how we're speaking, how we're talking, how we're acting, what we're holding in consciousness is a seed that's going to produce immensely. And I am calling myself out. I thought this would be a fun talk, and I went, I don't like this talk. I'm calling myself out. You? What are we saying and holding in consciousness? Is it leading to the truth of our wholeness and oneness and our compassion? Or am I holding on to thoughts and feelings and attitudes that are dismissive? So you can look this up too. What are things that Israelis and people in Gaza saying to each other? What are the throwaway comments that are happening to these cultures? And what have that attitudes led to? What have those attitudes led to? I can go over some of those. I did the research, but I think you know where this is going. These attitudes of separation consciousness, we want to stay in the game of win-lose, zero-sum thinking. If they win, I lose, as opposed to a sense of even cooperation is good, but even more, how do I serve? How do I serve? How do I serve curiosity? How do I serve wholeness? How do I serve getting out of the duplicity and getting into the oneness? How do I serve? And then move on to my total wholeness and living in that consciousness. Yeah. So that's part one and part two. Then part three, Part three goes to the final piece of this, which is let's move towards healing. Healing. And when you look through Scripture, all the Gospels, one of the pieces, if not the most ever mentioned about Jesus, of everything, was Jesus healed. Jesus healed. And when he started, he went to the Decapolis. He didn't go to like Jerusalem or the places where he was known. If you know the geography, he just took off into the lands where all sorts of cultures and people throughout the Roman Empire were mixing and trading and hanging out, and people coming from the east and the west, the north and the south, the Decapolis, the 5 cities, the big area, the big place where all sorts of stuff. He went there with all these kinds of peoples, with all these kind of ideas. And everywhere he went, he healed. And he'd ask people. He wouldn't just assume what they needed healing for. This is really important. He'd say, what do you want? The blind person comes to him. Jesus, I help. And you would think he'd go, oh, you're blind. I guess that's what you want, to be healed from blindness. And he doesn't assume anything. What do you want? What do you want? It's a good question. It's a good question in our political times. Really easy to bash other people for things you don't like. Here's a good question. What do you want? Maybe we can just share each other. Here's my vision. Here's what I want. Here's what I would like. Here's wholeness. Here's how I see it can work. This is how it would work for all of us. This is how we could come together. This is how we can be in balance. This is how we can achieve divine harmony. Here's how I see it. What do you think? What do you want? Instead of, I don't want those people and they're, redneck and all the names and all the language and all we talk about win-lose consciousness. What if we just get into the place, what do you want? How can I serve? What do I want? How can you serve me? How can we be in this together? Right. So, Gaza. When I look at Gaza and I get this deep sense of mourning, and I realized that when I looked at a lot of the pictures and a lot of the issues, I had a bit of win-lose consciousness. And I had a lot of victim consciousness. I can't believe that they're doing that, and what's wrong with these people? It's really easy to get mad at them. And then I thought about the own language I use, my mustard seed I put out. Am I putting out a seed of wholeness? Or am I playing the game that's caused this separation consciousness where children starve in the first place? Because sometimes it seems way too big for me to deal with the world situation and starving people in Gaza. But what I can do is work with my mustard seed to grow the beautiful big seed in consciousness, in oneness, in wholeness, in completion, in compassion, and good news to the poor, and uplifting people. I can do that. And now all of a sudden, I feel instead of win-lose, I'm into service. How do I serve? Here's my suggestion for taking the next step and getting out of this dire straits that I've been feeling about the situations. How can I serve? And being very careful that in my service, I'm just not playing because I'm better and I can serve and you can. I'm back into win-lose consciousness. Honestly, Verity consciousness from a place of wholeness and oneness and completion. And seeing that it's just one. There's just one divine presence manifesting as in the Tao it says the 10,000 things, the infinite number of expressions. Thomas Aquinas, they said, why did God manifest in so many different things? Like, because the divine is so beautiful, so magnificent, so tremendous. It's just so fecund. It can't find a limit to the expressions of the beauty of God, of the godness. So it just produces and expresses and creates and shows up in all these beautiful people and all these beautiful critters out here and all of this. God can't help but express. And so all of us expressions, but we can see even in the multitude of expressions of the divine, still the core truth of our oneness and our wholeness, our usness, our divineness is all there is. So there are children in Gaza. No one else. That's my children. That's my children. So in my wholeness, in my fullness, in my oneness, I want to know, how do I serve hunger? We're incarnate beings, we eat. How do I serve that right here, right now? Where do I cast my mustard seed to give it a chance to expand? Because I need to be in the energy of the oneness and the wholeness. So I have an idea. This helps me. See if it helps you. What I've put up here is 4 options for you to experience this. And Aaron, you can, if you would be so kind to turn down the lights now, if you would. And I just want to suggest 4 options. Option number 1, there's a box here. And what we do is when this box gets full, we take it to the food bank, the Whatcom County Food Bank. Over the years, we have given hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food from this church to the food bank. Right now, we don't have the box out, we have a basket up front. So I want to suggest that for this month, for the months of August, with a celebration and seeing the truth of our wholeness, let's put food out for people who are food insecure. And we're going to start right here at home. Working for the interfaith group, CAST is that service I do as part of Whatcom County Interfaith Group. Feeding the food insecure is pretty. Let's start right here. People need food in Gaza. People need food down the street. And we're going to keep this, we're going to try to really fill this box throughout August and see what we can do and how many pounds of food, perhaps, we can get to our local food bank. So there's option 1. I put it in the bulletin. Some of you may have brought food today. So if you did, when we have a minute here and Kathy will play some music, you can bring up some food. I love pineapple, so I brought some nice pineapple. And by the way, one of the things I find when I give to the food bank, it's like, I don't like that stuff. Let me throw that in. Go find something you love. Go find something you love. I love pineapple, especially on pizza. I know some of you think that's weird. But or, yeah, I know. Tell me about it later. Or if you want, we have, you can come up and just grab an envelope. These envelopes say Gaza. Our friend Sonia has some friends in Gaza, and she knows how to get money through what's it called now? Venmo directly to some friends in Gaza. If you want, you can make a donation that'll go directly to families in Gaza. You can take it, you can put it in the basket, or you can put it in the box outside of Janae's door, or you can turn it in the office later. You can do that anytime this week. So that's option 2. Option 3, if you want, you could also make a donation to the food bank. Because sometimes just sending money so they can buy extra things. Because not only we get a lot of food, but there's all sorts of products and shampoos and toothbrushes and toothpastes that they use for Interfaith Coalition to get food, to the food bank or out to the people. But what I'd like everyone to do, if you'd please consider, is hold in your heart an affirmation for the people in Bellingham, for food insecure people in Gaza, maybe for food insecure people in Ukraine or Russia, anywhere in the world, Africa, Tibet, any place you know, and our imaginations don't have to go too far. where people are food insecure. And what I want you to do is then come forward, and Kathy will play some music. And just there's 4 tables here. There's a little lighter. And by the way, the easiest way is put your thumb on it. People try to do their finger and it's hard. Just put your thumb on it. And light a candle. And be careful. And just when you do light the candle, just hold in your heart an intention in your mind. And I would suggest an affirmation. I affirm the beauty, the wholeness, the fullness of divine energy is now available, working through me, through us, and supporting the people in Gaza, the children in Gaza, the women in Gaza, the men in Gaza, the grandparents in Gaza, or wherever you want. Or the person you saw sleeping by the bus stop this morning in Bellingham. There's a wholeness here. There's a oneness. And prayer here reaches out and touches prayer in the world. Or if you want, here's another way you can light the candle. You can light a candle, and this is all internally, right? No one needs to know this but you. And light that candle, go, I recognize my snarky comments. Really, how much my thinking, my talk, my energy goes out into the world to cause separation so that I don't try to see each other in a way I understand them, but rather that I see each other in a way that causes more separateness, more victim-victor consciousness, more divisiveness. So maybe you light the candle and just say, I affirm I'm going to watch my language and my thoughts and my energies, and I'm going to live into the wholeness and compassion instead. Now, you can do that in the quiet of your hearts, but I'll start. You heard my affirmation. And Coral, if you hear me being snarky this week, call me out. Thank you. And just take the time it takes. You're welcome to come forward as you will.
Okay, offering. So know that abundance is our divine inheritance. Giving is our gift of love and appreciation, something that we just got to hold and manifest here. We always appreciate your generosity in support of our ministry we're creating together. And this includes everyone online as well. So as you take your offering to your heart, you can say, I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. And then together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
So this next song contains some Sanskrit words. So we wanted to explain them to you. Om is the universal cosmic sound of God. Shri means dear, like dear one. Ram is the aspect of God that is the preserver and the protector. Jai means glory to. In other words, we are singing glory to God. So please enjoy We Are the Om.
So we do have a few announcements. Haha. Okay. First off, Jay Scott, are you making your way forward? Yes, yes. Jay Scott has an announcement. You might guess what it is, but he's going to do it anyhow. This is exciting.
Okay, people. Some of you may know that I'm like 80 years old. And some of you may know, because you've been there before, that I have about every 5 years, I have a birthday party out at the Birch Bay Water Slides Park. Well, we're back. They're now open, and I'm 80 plus, and so get one of these invites out at out in the narthex. Now, everybody here is invited. I mean, everybody. And if you say, do you really mean me? Yes, I mean you. And I mean your friends, and I mean your relatives, and your relatives' friends, and and the kids. You got to get the kids, if you've got like kids or grandkids, get their kids and their friends so they watch each other so you don't have to. Okay? So there's free water sliding, free food. So come out, August 30th and water slide. It's not just for 12-year-olds anymore.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah. And Malin, do you want to talk about your project after? Yeah, you got his mic, sorry. Oh, show and tell. While she's coming up, I'll make an announcement that for those of you in Earth Care who want to be part of Earth Care, who just don't want to be part of Earth Care, but want to come out and build a trail and work on putting some what's it called, chips on some of our final trails that we've created in the back, or find out what else you can do to be part of our outside congregation and all that's going on out there. Second Sunday is Earth Care Sunday. So a bunch of us will be meeting right after service or maybe getting food and coming back. But there'll be a couple hours of trail building and outside funness after service today. So that's on the docket too.
And as you've seen, we've been sprucing the place up. And one of the things is to take some of these white walls and put some art on them. So I'm inviting anyone, to go back there, and I'll walk you through it, to make a monoprint of a botanical, since we're trying to bring the outside in, the inside out. And it takes about, 4 or 5 minutes.
Really? That's all? Yeah.
Yeah. And
So you're saying you could go get a snack. You got plenty of
Yes.
nutrition,
And
even
what you'll-
cake.
yeah.
Okay.
And what you'll do is there's 2 jelly print things, these rubbery things. You're going to put a little blob of paint and a briar, and you're going to smooth it all out. And you can put some texture, and then you can put your leaf, whatever pattern you decide. You'll put a paper over it. You'll just smooth it over, pull it back, pull the leaves off, put the paper back, and voila.
No previous experience necessary. And there's no whose is going to be better, because we're not doing win-lose. We're not doing zero-sum thinking. Whatever you do is just the right thing that needed to be done. Yeah, so let's do that. And I think we have power art, trying to finish our collage next Friday, no? Okay, you watch the announcements, because we're going to finish this beautiful. If you know what I'm talking about, the collage mural, the 3-piece collage, it's in the. You can check it out when you go back, because it's almost ready. We're going to have it ready by next month. So the final thing, and this is always fun, because last week we did something a little different, but now we're back to a sort of a regular scheduled program. What month is this? It's August, right? Who's got an August birthday? August birthdays. We got 1, 2, John, Rosemary, come on up. We got a song for you. Anyone else an August birthday? Please, just really only 2 in August? And we have cake. Oh, we have cake. That looks like a great cake. Oh, we have 3 of us. Oh, yay, welcome aboard. Come all the way up, dear. Yes.
Dear friends, happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. Are wonderful. God is blessing you now. Oh.
One more. The ministers' conference is next month. And as you know, they asked me to organize the volunteers for the conference. Frank, in all his great wisdom in the beginning, said, I hope for 40 to 50 people. And the consciousness grew. So we're at 90-ish people coming. That's amazing. It really, truly is amazing. But what it means is we're going to have to be amazing too. So I've created an outline for the volunteers that I can see that we're going to need. There's different ways. I'll just mention them, but basically it'd be a busy time after service because I'm beginning to sign people up to support. And so it could be on Tuesday, the day before, there'll be the prep group for the food that's coming in and organizing that. There'll be a tidy up group that'd be like room preparation crew. That's just on Tuesday. And that'd be up to about 8 people just for that day. And then you get into Wednesday and Thursday and it grows. So there's refreshment kitchen crew, there's the tidy up crew, there are greeters. So there's a little bit for everybody. And everybody probably can do something because there's Wednesday and Thursday, and then part of Friday. So I have a schedule made up. The tidy up crew, I know it's not the most glamorous, I really get that, but it's highly important if you can imagine 90 plus people in this building for 8 hours, 9 hours. And so that's going to be, maybe we'll make you like special buttons or crowns or something. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. Everybody, all hands on deck is what I'm saying. And so I do have a lot of names signed up already, but I'm beginning to sign people up because I need to make sure I can fill all the spots. So look for me after service. I'll be maybe in that corner over there so I can stay out of the way of art and everything else. So thank you for that.